Welcome to Religion Unpacked. The Book of Revelation, code for the past or prophecy for the future. Introduction: the enigmatic ending. For over 2 millennia, it has captivated, terrified, and utterly confused readers. It speaks of a dragon with 7 heads, a beast with the number 666, a whore riding a scarlet beast, a fiery lake, and a new heaven and a new earth. It promises triumph for the faithful and unimaginable horrors for their persecutors. It is the Book of Revelation, the final enigmatic book of the Christian Bible. For some, it is a precise roadmap to the end times, predicting the Antichrist, the rapture, and the final battle of Armageddon. For others, it's a coded message about ancient Roman persecution, a message of hope and resistance for early Christians. So, what is the Book of Revelation really? Who wrote it, and from where? And how do we begin to interpret its terrifying visions and symbolic language? Is it a blueprint for events yet to come, or a profound reflection on the past? Let's unpack the mysteries of the Book of Revelation. Part 1. Author, date, and context. John on Patmos. The Book of Revelation claims to be written by John, who was on the island called Patmos on account of the Word of God and the testimony of Jesus. Traditional view. Many tradition holds this John to be John the Apostle, one of Jesus's original 12 disciples. Scholarly view. Most modern scholars believe it was written by a different John, a prophet or visionary from Asia Minor, possibly a leader in the early Christian communities, but likely not the Apostle John or the author of the Gospel of John, due to significant differences in Greek style and theological emphasis. Date of composition. Most scholars date Revelation to the late 1st century AD, specifically around 95 to 96 AD, during the reign of the Roman Emperor Domitian. This context is crucial. Roman persecution. Domitian was known for demanding worship as a divine emperor and for persecuting Christians who refused to participate in the imperial cult. Christians faced immense pressure, imprisonment, and martyrdom. Audience. John was writing to 7 specific churches in Asia Minor, modern-day Turkey, communities that were suffering under Roman oppression. Part 2. Apocalyptic literature, a genre of resistance. Revelation belongs to a specific literary genre called apocalyptic literature. This genre was common in Judaism and early Christianity, e.g., Daniel, parts of Ezekiel, Zechariah. Key characteristics of apocalyptic literature. Symbolic language uses bizarre visions, beasts, numbers, and cryptic imagery. This was often a way to criticize oppressive regimes like Rome without directly naming them, thus avoiding further persecution. Cosmic conflict portrays a grand battle between good and evil, God and demonic forces. Divine revelation claims to reveal secret knowledge about God's plan for history, often mediated by angels. Hope in crisis. Written during times of intense suffering and persecution, it offers a message of hope and assurance that God is ultimately in control and will bring about justice. Understanding Revelation as apocalyptic literature is key to interpreting its symbols, not always literally, but as representations of greater spiritual and historical forces. Part 3. Code for the past, the Preterist view. One major interpretive approach is the Preterist view, from Latin preter meaning past. Historical context. Preterists believe most, or all, of Revelation's prophecies were fulfilled in the 1st century AD, specifically concerning the persecution of Christians by the Roman Empire and the destruction of Jerusalem in 70 AD. Symbolic Roman Empire. The beast, 666. Often interpreted as a numerical code for Emperor Nero Caesar, using Hebrew gematria, where letters correspond to numbers. Nero was famous for persecuting Christians. Babylon the Great, the whore of Babylon, seen as a symbolic representation of Rome, the oppressive imperial power, drunk with the blood of the saints. The dragon represents Satan, working through the Roman Empire. Message of hope. For early Christians facing martyrdom, Revelation was not a confusing puzzle about the distant future, but an urgent message of encouragement. Hold fast. God sees your suffering. Rome will fall, and victory belongs to Christ. Part 4. Prophecy for the Future. The Futurist View. The most popular interpretive approach today, particularly among many evangelical and fundamentalist Christians, is the Futurist view. Literal interpretation. Futurists believe Revelation describes literal events that will occur at the end of the age, in the very near future. End Times Roadmap. The Antichrist, 666. A literal evil world leader who will emerge to deceive humanity. The Rapture. The belief that faithful Christians will be supernaturally removed from earth before a period of immense tribulation. Armageddon. A literal final battle between good and evil. Millennium. A literal 1,000-year reign of Christ on earth. Continuous fulfillment. Futurists see current events, wars, plagues, political instability, as signs of Revelation's prophecies unfolding, fueling a sense of urgency and expectation. This view leads to constant attempts to identify figures and events in Revelation with contemporary political leaders, technological advancements, or global crises. Part 5. Other views and theological purpose. Other major interpretations exist. Historicist view sees Revelation as a symbolic outline of church history from the 1st century until the Second Coming. Idealist or spiritual view interprets Revelation as symbolic representations of the timeless conflict between good and evil, rather than a prediction of specific historical events. It focuses on the spiritual truths. Regardless of interpretation, the core theological purpose of Revelation remains. God's sovereignty. Reassure believers that God is ultimately in control, even amidst chaos and persecution. Justice. Affirm that God will bring ultimate justice and judgment upon evil. Hope. Offer a vision of a new heaven and a new earth, a glorious future for the faithful. Conclusion. The enduring mystery. The Book of Revelation remains Christianity's most challenging and compelling text. Is it a coded message about ancient Rome, offering solace to persecuted believers? Or is it a prophetic blueprint for the end times, providing clues for humanity's final chapter? Perhaps its enduring power lies in its ability to be both, a message that spoke to suffering in the past and continues to resonate with fears and hopes for the future. It forces us to confront evil, anticipate justice, and imagine a world transformed. And that is the complex mystery of the Book of Revelation, Unpacked. Welcome to Religion Unpacked. Subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a new upload.